We are in Chicago for the weekend for another food tour.
Oh yeah, my favorite city. In the Midwest.
We come here about 3 times a year, you think?
Maybe twice.
But a first for the channel. And we can't make a stop in Chicago without the iconic Chicagoan food, the king of kings, Japanese ramen.
I don't think that's the iconic Chicago food, but...
That's the joke. We went to Wasabi Ramen.
No, it's Ramen Wasabi.
We went to Ramen Wasabi.
So I used to come to Chicago a lot because a lot of my friends are from Chicago, and Ramen Wasabi was probably my favorite ramen joint in the Midwest, like in all of the Midwest.
And having been there, I would have to say that I agree because it was delicious. That pork was, by far, that was better than anywhere I've had in the world.
Yeah, the pork was super flavorful, super juicy and tender, and pretty much like fall off.
I tried to pick up a piece and it did. It split apart. It was half fat, half pork belly. It was so good.
You got the spicy miso?
I got the spicy garlic miso ramen.
And I got the original tonkatsu because, you have to do the original.
You do not. It's pretty good with the spice.
No, the original is so good. So like the broth, it's just so deep in flavor. Like you can taste that it's been like boiling for like ever. And like there's just so much like pork bone flavor in it. It's just so incredibly rich and creamy, and it's just all around amazing.
And I would say mine was a salt, spice, garlic bomb. And after I ate it, yours tasted like water.
It's, personal preference, of course. I love just like the original flavor of the pork bone, and I want to taste that, original broth flavor. Like that's my favorite. I personally don't like miso, so I would never get it.
I would say, yeah, the noodles were just short. It falls short of, I think, the best of what New York has to offer.
That being said, it is delicious and it is really good, even post-COVID. So I feel like, a lot of restaurants I used to go to have either maybe closed or like maybe they're not as good anymore. And so now I have to like revisit all these places that I used to love just to see if it's still
We have to
as
go
good.
back!
Post-COVID, and it just saddens me that there's like signs posted everywhere that says like servers needed or like cooks needed. So please go support local, support your restaurants, be understanding of their staff. The food came out really fast. We didn't have to wait at all, and we went at 1 o'clock on a Friday. Now, one thing that I was a little disappointed at was their pork belly bao buns. Usually it's like a braised slice of pork belly, but this one was like fried chunks, so it was kind of weird. And I think they put too much mayo in it, so like the ratio was off. But other than that, everything was good. We got also crispy Brussels sprouts. So crispy Brussels sprouts were really, really good. Would you go back?
I would go back for sure. So now, having just finished lunch, we are off to Cheval.
Cheval.
Cheval. Cheval. Supposedly the best burgers in the world.
Endorsed by many, so we're gonna go try it.
Apparently it can have up to a 3-hour wait in line, so.
Hopefully not, we're going pretty early, but we'll see. We'll see you there. Now, they make a very good burger. So they have a single cheeseburger, and then they have a double cheeseburger. Apparently the single cheeseburger is 2 patties, and the double cheeseburger is 3 patties.
That is a mind melter.
So we decided to go with the single cheeseburger, and then any additions are extra. We added the egg and the bacon, because why not?
And I will say the first bite of it was absolutely perfect. It was just the right amount of runny egg yolk, thick strips of bacon, 2 big patties, lots of cheese, garlic aioli, pickles. It was everything I think you would want in a single bite of burger.
Yeah, when I had my first bite of it, I thought it was heavy. It was like I just ate an anvil or something.
It was like you ate all of the things I just described?
I appreciate how thick cut the bacon was, but I didn't realize it was sweet. It was very sweet bacon, and I didn't really get too much of the aioli.
I would say that was the problem, because when everything was in perfect balance, it was amazing. But if you got too much bacon in a bite, it was like candy sweet. If you got too much of the sauce and the pickles in a bite, it was way too salty and wet. If you got just the burger, it was kind of too bland. You had to have a perfect balance of everything in a single bite.
Maybe I should start judging my burgers about how much ketchup I need to use, because it was not salty enough. And it was just like sweet to me. Like I got syrup all over my fingers and it was just like sticky. The egg was really good and it was really runny.
I think it was when I ran out of egg yolk. That's when I started to stall.
I ate like half of it and I was like about to die. So I could not finish.
I was at least very hungry when we got there. And I struggled to get halfway through. And that was without, like, we had a bit of kale salad, but...
Oh yeah, we got a kale salad and then we got their fries with an egg on top with cheese. I could have probably just done with regular fries and a garlic aioli.
It was a popular place though. They feel like they should have been in a hurry to kick us out of there because we lingered for a long time, but they told us to expect a 2-hour wait. Apparently it gets up to like 3 hours.
If you, in the future, want to try Cheval, they make a very good burger. And I actually looked them up and I saw that the general manager had made a statement, which I really liked and appreciate. They said, don't call them the best burger you've ever had. Because if you say the best burger you've ever had, then normally people would think to the very first time their mom or their grandma made them a burger during July 4th, and it evokes a lot of emotions and sentiments, and that even if it wasn't a very good burger, in your head it would be the best burger, which I completely agree. So I think this is a very good burger, objectively speaking. But is it my favorite burger? No, because the whole time I was there, I was just thinking about AJ Bombers. Their food was amazing.
It was super good.
I cannot stop thinking about Milwaukee while I'm here. Oh my gosh.
It's so close.
It
Calls
is.
too.
It's like an hour and a half away from Chicago, but like I cannot believe that I'm just here in Chicago thinking about.
She was checking a map as I slept. No, I will say the best burger I've had is my Florida trash burger. A thick patty of beef, a thick layer of peanut butter, and a thick layer of pickled jalapenos, plus an egg.
I often do not agree with his recommendation.
I don't even agree with that recommendation. It was just so good because it had no right to be.
Cheval, worth a try. My favorite? No. Would I make it a point to wait 3 hours to go just get that burger?
It did have a very nice bonus though, in that it was next door to all of Stephanie Izzard's restaurants. So we got to jump into Sugargoat, which I think was new this year.
Oh yeah, Sugargoat. That was actually really good. I got the cupcake. I got the most chocolatey cupcake. A very chocolatey cupcake.
It was something along that theme.
It was a chocolate cupcake and it was not too sweet. It was so good. It was really moist. Like I really like how the cupcake was really moist. So my favorite cupcake place of all time is Sprinkles Cupcakes, but that's because of their icing. So I love Sprinkles icing, but their actual cupcake is kind of like standard to me. The Sugargoat cupcake, the cake itself was super moist. Like I was just shocked that it wasn't like, I kept on digging into it thinking that there was like a chocolate filling in the center because of how moist it looked. Like it looked wet.
It did. I was concerned. Did we go to Sprinkles on our cupcake tour?
No, because it's here.
Oh, that's true. I got the cookies, and I would say they were too sweet. No, they weren't too sweet. They were properly sweet, like a dessert. They had a s'mores cookie, which was apparently their first test batch that they had made.
It was good.
And we got my favorite, I think everyone's favorite, the chocolate crinkle cut cookies.
Yeah, they tasted like
brownies. Yeah, good. We fully intended, because I think they're mostly an ice cream place, so we fully intended to come back, but...
Cheval killed it.
So now we are off for a full day of Italian roast beef and Chicago deep dish pizza. So, I mean, God help us, I guess.
There's a gym at this hotel.
No time. Gotta eat pizzas.
So we went to Portillo's, and we got their classic Italian roast beef, not dipped, but with the hot peppers. Now you were pretty offended that I told them not to dip it.
I think it's better dipped.
I didn't want wet bread just crumbling and soggy and gross.
We got the dip on the side, and it tasted better dipped.
I don't know how you would pick it up if it was so soggy. I don't want soggy wet bread. That makes me think that like someone else has like partially chewed it.
But the au jus was so good, and even though I got it on the side, it was like piping hot.
Oh yeah, you burned your finger.
Yeah, I burned myself trying to dip it myself.
I thought it was delicious though. I like those hot peppers a lot. I like the whole place. My caveat will be that it's not my mom's Italian beef. It has a little bit more flavor and a lot more love and a bit more spice. The roast beef, she kept saying that I'm gonna complain about the roast beef lacking flavor. I don't know why you would suspect that unless it lacked flavor, but it was overall super good.
I think it was good. It's just really heavy. So like both of us, we shared one sandwich.
That was a smart call. And yeah, that dip saved it.
It was really good.
And I think what really biased me in their favor is they sold milkshakes. Easy win.
Yeah.
Never been to a place that served milkshakes and not given them a glowing review.
And we didn't really have to wait long for the food at all.
I feel like we gotta check out the competition next time.
Yeah.
It was just enough food to carry us on to pizza. So we went to Giordano's, our first Chicago-style pizza of the food trip. I think I went there as a child, and all I remember is that I hated it because it was wrong.
He's so particular.
I'm not particular. When pizza was being explained, Chicago was not paying attention. They said, yeah, I got it. Crust, cheese, sauce. You make it into a casserole. You flood it all on top like it's a weird soup bowl. And everyone said, no, Chicago, you weren't listening. They didn't care, and they stuck with it. Because they're slackers. What did you like best about Giordano's?
I liked Giordano's
I
cheese.
remember what you said you liked best. The chicken wings.
That was this trip.
I'll tell you what I liked best. They served beer.
Now, I feel like there's different Giordano's. The ones in the suburbs might be better than the one that's in, like, off of Michigan Avenue. I love the deep dish because I like the crust is thick, the cheese is plentiful, and the toppings are just like, I love the pepperoni layered on top of the cheese. Like, I just like everything about it. But what are you judging pizza on?
I'd say you gotta start from the bottom up. The crust, there's no chew to it. It's like, have you ever made bread wrong? There's no chew to it. There's no flavor to it. There's no gluten. It's just baked flour. Baked flavorless flour. Crispy and burnt on the outside. Kind of just mushy in the middle.
That's not what it tasted like. I mean, it tasted like...
I've got video. Moving up, there's a bunch of drowned pepperonis that were like boiled inside the pizza, but otherwise flabby and kind of half raw.
I mean,
The sauce was fine.
I like pepperoni all the time, like, regardless of how it's made.
That's true. You will eat it right out of the pack.
Yeah.
And it tastes like that, but wetter. So, overall, I would say it's horrible.
I feel like where I have an issue with this is that you don't appreciate it for it being its own thing. Deep dish pizza is its own thing, but you're judging it based off of the criteria of, like, you know, a thin crust pizza.
I would say it's not that I'm hating just on Chicago-style pizza. I'm certain that Chicago can do better than this. And that's why we're going to Pequod's next. We have high hopes.
I don't know how to eat this.
With your face. Say all the things I love off the bat. I love the crispy crust. I love all that little charcoaly bits of roasted, toasted
Where are we?
crunchiness. This. Where is this?
Pequod.
We're at Pequod's. That's not roasty, toasty crust either. That's roasty, toasty cheese. I'll say I like that there's pepperoni on top, so the pepperoni got roasted. I like that we got to add on a bunch of garlic. And you can taste that garlic. That is a punch of bitter garlickiness. I actually wish they had cut it for us, though. Or provided utensils, or provided napkins.
You know what this reminds me of?
Like a regular, normal pizza.
Like Pizza Hut.
Yeah. I like that the crust is actually like crust. And not like shitty bread.
I mean, this cheese bowl is amazing. And like, as soon as he brought it in the car, I smelled the garlic. So freaking good.
Yeah, I thought they would wimp out on garlic.
Everyone recommended Pequod's. This is my first time having it.
It's not too bad either. Seems like 45 minutes is the standard waiting time for Chicago pizza. Come on.
That's the kind of cheese bowl you want.
Up to a point. Never thought I was getting out of that.
I will say I wasn't even hungry, but this has me wanting. I feel like I might just like this more because of the garlic.
But the fact that they offer a garlic, taking it point by point though. Giordano's was the last place we went.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the pepperoni better?
Pepperoni's wash.
Because at Giordano's, it was buried underneath the cheese and the sauce, so it was just kind of like lightly steamed. What about the crust?
About the same.
For you is Giordano's and Pequidos? Pequods. For you is Giordano's and Pequods the same?
No,
Who's the winner?
you haven't tried my favorite yet.
Of the two options.
Probably Pequod.
What did you like about this pizza?
The garlic.
Is that the only thing?
Mostly.
I would say an improvement all around, except for the fact that it wasn't cut like some sort of weird Breaking Bad pizza.
Maybe they didn't cut it because this is like a personal pan pizza.
But we're not like wolves. So, a little bit of an update. We will not be getting a third pizza place. Apparently, they don't open until 4 p.m. and we need to leave town.
So sad.
This is the one you were looking forward to? The Illuminati?
They're my favorite.
Should we come back to Chicago?
I guess we'll have to.
So we did have one Chicago deep dish and one pan pizza. And the deep dish, as I expected, was garbage. So I kind of wanted one more just to really prove the deep dish is a fundamentally flawed concept.
Oh my gosh.
I guess that debate is going to have to wait until next time. So instead of pizza for breakfast, we had breakfast for breakfast. We went to an old favorite in St. Louis, the original Pancake House.
Mm-hmm.
Blew our minds in St. Louis.
So then when I saw it here, I was so excited.
That'll be part of our upcoming brunch tour video. So it was okay.
It was like a Denny's.
I think it's a franchise, and I think they're operated independently of one another.
It was not. It was unremarkable.
It was filling, and it will get us all the way back home, I think.
The service was good, everything was good, but the food was unremarkable.
Try again. We are in the quest for the best, as you put it. It's all part of the work.
That's okay. I think I'm okay with saving Illuminatis for next time because I think 3 deep dish pizzas in one weekend is arguably 3 too many.
I can't imagine the naming of that restaurant is unintentional.
It's Lou's.
Illuminati and the Illuminati, indistinguishable sounds.
No, his first name is Lou.
There's no way that happened by accident. So how was this Chicago food tour?
It was good.
Good, but I feel like incomplete. We got good Italian roast beef. We got good, surprisingly, ramen. We got good pan pizza. But we didn't get the usual Chicago classics. We didn't get dim sum. We didn't get our favorite tapas place. We didn't get your favorite pizza place. All for you. We skipped our known favorites. Just means we'll have to come back sooner than we thought. We couldn't leave town though without stopping at Do-Rite Donuts, which locals tell us is the best donuts to be had in town.
It's a new up-and-coming donut place.
Hey now. That's not bad. It's like a thick, dark chocolate glaze. It's that indescribable donut quality. Just reminds me of Dunkin' Sticks, but in a good way. This is the Do-Rite dozen, so they selected the 6 varieties for us. I'm gonna try this guy. Can't imagine what it is. It's sweet, but it doesn't really taste like anything else. And it's a little too dry. That's more of like a traditional donut style. It's a little too dry. I'm gonna try one more. since we were supposed to give all of these away. Ooh. Oh, that's cinnamon sugar. Not quite cinnamon sugary enough. I think I like the chocolate glazed one best. Yeah. Get this guy. This guy's great. I think this guy's great too. I'm guessing these two are amazing. But I think this one's the best. Do-Rite. They did okay. I'd say they did right. Have a little bit more. That's why we always aim to talk to the locals.
Oh, I don't think it's bad. It's really good.
What do you think? Did they do right?
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up?